Hello guys and welcome to a new music class with Miguel. Today we're going to be doing our last section of your song. The process has been long but we're getting to the end. Not quite the end but very close to the end. And today we're going to be learning about the bridge of your song. Does your song need a bridge? No. Can your song improve with a bridge? Yes. Can your bridge give your song a very unique taste? Yes, it can. Okay. Now, for the purposes of this task, I think I mentioned this in the class, you will have to do the bridge. By the end of it, by next week, you will have to decide if you want to keep the bridge in your song or no. That will depend on what your intention is with the song. If you feel it's just filler and it's not really adding something meaningful to the song, you can take it out. That's okay. But for now, do the bridge. The same thing goes for the pre-chorus. Okay? So let's continue. The objective of this session. By the end of this session, you will be able to know what a bridge is in a song. You will also be able to write your own bridge for the song. Okay? Now let's continue. What is a bridge? Now, the bridge is the song section that occurs before the last chorus of the song. Very important. You will find examples of songs where the bridge is before that, but normally the bridge will go before the last chorus of the song. Okay? Now, it's supposed to give you a different feel for your song, both lyrically and musically. Since we are not yet writing the music for our song, we're only going to focus on the lyrics, okay? Now, the bridge should call the listener's attention for how different it sounds compared to the other sections of the song. It must give you something new, something different. What do I mean by that? Well, in a way, you could say that the bridge is like a mini song within another song, with a different identity, feel, and a different music. Okay? It has to be different enough that it stands out in the context of the entire song, but not too different that it completely throws you off from what the song is actually saying. Okay? It has to feel like a new thing, but it's not as if you're writing a rock song like very heavy and then the bridge is gonna be like this very like I don't know calm and like romantic type of song because that would not make any sense. Okay, so think about that. Other things we need to understand about the bridge. The bridge can give you a different perspective of your song. Okay, when you write your the lyrics of your bridge, think about that, giving it a different perspective. It can also be used to give a conclusion. Maybe you're telling a story and you have a very nice story in verses 1, 2, and 3, or 4, depending if you have a verse 4 or not. But then you need a conclusion, so that you will give it in the bridge. Maybe if your song is a little sad, the bridge can be used to give you a little bit of hope to it for the future. That changes a little bit the perspective. It's still about the same topic, but giving it a different perspective. It can also be that your song is about, for example, a breakup, which is a normal thing, a normal topic to do in songs about a breakup. You are with a girl or with a boy, and you had a great time, but then it has to end and you break up. Normal. But then the bridge will talk about what you learned from that breakup. Okay? So in the story, in the verse and the chorus, you're telling us what happened. You had a great time, but then you had problems, and then you broke up. But then the bridge, which is going to give you the new perspective, maybe the bridge is going to be your reflection about your experience. It can give you exactly what you learned. You can tell me in the bridge what you learned from this relationship, what you learned from being with this type of person. Maybe you can understand what your mistakes were. There's like a very big variety of things you can say in a bridge, okay? But if you do that, it's going to put that relationship into a different context, okay? And it's going to deepen the meaning of the song. That is what the bridge should do. Also, another way that a bridge should be different is to make the line length. We're not going into lyrics now, we're going to format now. because the line length of each like section, okay, it should be different from the verses and the chorus. So for example, if the lines in the verses are long, then try to make the ones in the bridge shorter, okay. That will create a contrast that is going to obviously make it sound different, okay, because the melody that you put to the verse and to the bridge will be different because the line length is obviously different in both of them, okay. And if vice versa happens the same way, if the lines in the verses are short, then try to make the ones in the bridge longer. Now the number of lines in the bridge is up to you, okay. It could be a short bridge, it could be 3 lines, it could be a longer bridge, it could be 8 lines. That will depend on what you want to say in the bridge, okay. I will not give you a number because that would not make any sense. Okay, it's gonna be up to you. You can find very good examples of bridges that are very short, like 3 lines, some even 2 with longer lines, and you can have examples of bridges that have 8 lines. Okay, so there's a very big variety of things you can do with the bridge. Same thing will happen with the rhyme scheme. If all your verses are A B A B, then the rhyme scheme of your bridge should be different. Okay, that's gonna make it sound different. Okay? Even if you're not really paying attention to what the rhyme is, if it rhymes different, your head is going to instinctively know that it sounds something's different. Okay, you're not gonna know what, but you will know that something is different in the bridge. Okay, so again, line length should be different from the verses. Number of lines again should be different from the verses, and rhyming scheme should be different from the verses. Okay, the more different you are in these things, it's gonna make it contrast more. Okay, so your task is simple. Your task is going to be write the bridge of your song, following the document that I posted in Schoology. It's going to be the same document I posted last week. Okay, so you will include the entire song. Okay, and you're going to simply add the bridge to that because I left a space right there for the bridge. Okay, so you will put your bridge there and try to follow all the instructions that I gave you. Again, let me give you a quick summary. In the case of lyrics, okay, it should give you a different. It can be that the bridge is a different perspective of your topic. Okay, it can be the conclusion to your story. Uh, it can be a reflection of what you learned from the story. Okay? It can be many things. It can, if your song is sad, it can give you like a hopeful meaning in the bridge for the future. Okay, if you're talking about, I don't know, if your song is about COVID and how depressing it has been, maybe you can talk about all the things you want to do when we are off COVID. That can be the bridge. Okay, it's the song is sad, but then the bridge is like you're hopeful for the future. It gives it quite a nice contrast, speaking in the same topic. Okay, and when it comes to format, line length shorter than the verses, number of lines free, open. It can be different from the verses. I would recommend that it is different from the verses, and the rhyming scheme should be different from the verses. So do that, write your bridge, and add it to the format that I uploaded to Schoology last week, and that's it. And I will see you next class. Bye bye.